Dear colleagues, good afternoon. We welcome you to the official Matchday -1 press conference with the team Nigeria. Here we have a head coach, Thomas Denerbi, and a player, Francisco Ordega. Before we start our press conference, first of all, I would like to ask you to turn off the sound of your mobile phones. As well as you know, we're using our interpretation system, so I believe all of you are familiar with that. Today, the press conference will be available in English and French, the translation. And regarding the photographers, only 5 minutes, and please don't use the flash. So we start with your questions. First of all, please raise your hand, wait the microphone, because it's really important for our translators, and say in which language you would like to ask your question. And of course, state your name and media outlets. So let's start with the questions. Yes, please.
Thomas, Liam from SNTV. Question in English. Earlier today, France head coach Corinne Diacre said that you met with her recently, and you told her that they would face a different Nigeria to the teams, well, from your last meeting as teams. How confident are you of getting a good result, and particularly if France rests some of their players?
Yeah, definitely. I hope that you will see another Nigeria since that game. That was the first game for about 1.5 years. So that was another situation. It was the first days we met players and the new coaches and so on. And definitely that's a lot that happened since that time. So yeah, I can promise you that we will at least fight so much harder and be better organized today than we were that game. So hopefully we also can give them a really tough game and have a point when we leave the stadium tomorrow.
Thank you. Yes, microphone in the middle.
Bonjour. Une question en français, Grégory Prat, Canal+.
Canal+.
Comment contenir l'armada offensive de l'équipe de France, d'autant qu'on sait qu'il va être très important pour vous de prendre des points demain soir? Est-ce que l'ensemble des joueurs sur le terrain seront concernés par la tâche défensive?
We always show respect for the team we play, and we will definitely do that with France also. And now when we are almost on to the third game in the tournament, I think all teams have a good picture of the other teams, the good strengths, and maybe if you can find some weakness, they know about us, we know about them. So I guess it's more about who is fulfilling the plan in the best way, and which team have the best day. So yeah, but I think we will have a good chance. I think we need to believe. We can't feel that we can do it, because you can't go into any game and have that feeling. So we really have to have a really strong belief tomorrow.
Next question, please. Yes, on the back. The microphone.
Bonjour, une question en français. Éric Chorin pour RFI. Pour Francesca, c'est votre 3e Coupe du Monde après une CAN qui a été une Coupe d'Afrique des Nations qui a été disputée avec des tirs au but pour passer en demi-finale et ensuite remporter la finale. Est-ce que quelles sont les raisons pour vous d'y croire cette fois-ci? Vous allez pouvoir aller en huitième de finale par rapport aux 2 précédentes Coupes du Monde, 2011 et 2015.
2 previous World Cups that you played in. How much do you believe in this one in particular?
Yeah, I believe in this one because we have a lot of good quality players. We have a lot of young upcoming players and experienced players and a lot of professionals in the team. So we have a lot of good opportunity, and I believe that we can go past the group stage because of our strength. We have a lot of good speed players, kind of me, Oshoala, and Desire up front. So if we can take our chances, I think we have a very good chance. That's what I believe.
Next question on the second row. Thank you.
Une question en français. Bonjour, Paulin Aubard de la Nouvelle République. Francesca, il y a des joueuses que vous connaissez, notamment il y a Amandine Henry, je crois que vous avez côtoyé quand vous étiez aux États-Unis. Qu'est-ce que vous pouvez dire sur elle et sur les autres joueuses françaises? Est-ce qu'il y en a une en particulier, peut-être plusieurs, que vous craignez plus que les autres?
Fearing more than anything else on the French team?
Yeah, I play against Henry in the United States, and I think each time I play her team, I always go against them. So she's not a threat to me, left to me, because I know how to deal with her. But then that's a story for another day. I think they are good. I respect them individually and as a team as a whole. But I don't see any of them being a threat to me or neither of my teammates.
Thank you. Next question.
Oui, une question en français, Adrien de Calan, l'AFP. Il y a une bonne chance, sous réserve des résultats de la France et des États-Unis, que les deux équipes se rencontrent en quart de finale, France et États-Unis.
France against USA may even meet at the quarterfinals. Is there one team that's better than the other, in your opinion? What can you say about that prognosis?
Did you compare France to the US team?
Yes.
Yeah. Still two good teams. I think the US team are really strong. They really create a lot of chances, and they are strong in the box. They are good on set pieces. But the French team is also very good on set pieces with Renard and so on. So, yeah, and I think maybe in the passing game, the way my vision of football, maybe is I like the French style a little bit more. But you must say that they are so powerful, the US team and so on. So, yeah, it's a little bit of two different styles, but still two superb teams, yes.
Next question, yeah, on the first row. Thank you.
Hi, question will be in English from host broadcaster. One for each of you, if I may. For Francisca, first of all, your teammate Asisat Oshoala has talked about trying to change the mentality back home and how important it is to try to get parents to allow their little girls to play football, for example. It's obviously a big thing because there's so much talent in Africa, in Nigeria, that could be unleashed in the coming years. What's your personal view on that, and what do you think you, as players out here, are able to achieve?
First of all, if you read a lot of my stories, like kind of interviews, you know that I grant a lot of interview about this. You go to YouTube, you see a lot of them. Even when I played in Atletico Madrid, I was able to grant interview towards that kind of a thing, girl child thing. So it's a very, very difficult and challenging thing in Africa, not just Nigeria, Africa as a whole. Parents don't allow their female child to play soccer, especially in my own community. We're more of Muslim and Christian, so it was a tough decision for me to make. And I'm happy now I'm here. I paved my way out. And now what I enjoy about the whole thing being here, it's about the mentality I give out there, the younger ones, the upcoming ones that are looking up to me. If I'm playing, like, for instance, if I put on the green, white, green jersey, I always remember how I get my way, how I struggle to get here. And I know that someone out there is watching, is wishing and hoping that someday she will be like me in some way. So that is the joy. That is one thing I always think, and the feeling, the joy I got is just about giving someone hope and opportunity in the future and believing in herself to be where I am today. So that it's a kind of something I always cherish. And if I didn't get anything else, that is enough for me to, even if I decide to quit today, that is one thing I know that I've achieved, and I'm really, really happy and glad about.
Don't quit today, you've got a big game tomorrow. So thank you for that. Can I ask one question to Thomas as well? Somebody who's been in the women's game for a long time, an outsider coming into African football with Nigeria at the moment. Could you tell us your views on the state of the women's game in Africa as a whole, and specifically Nigeria as well, and the power that you have at this World Cup?
Yeah, first of all, I can say there's a lot of talented players, really talented players. In the best of worlds, maybe I want us to start a little bit earlier with younger players to have a good step of educations for them. So they are almost ready when they arrive to the senior team and so on. But if you look at the continent, I think all the teams are working very hard now. It's not easy to beat any African team. Cameroon are doing good. South Africa, they have a really good plan for it, and they, because of that, when they started to, some stakeholders put in money so they can go and have a good plan. They come to the World Cup for the first time, so there's extremely a lot of really, really good young players, but we have to take care of them a little bit earlier. And if we can do that in our continent, where I live now for the moment, I think we will be a really big threat for the other teams in the future.
So yeah, question here. Okay, one moment.
Toujours pour Francesca, pour continuer un petit peu sur dans le même
Francesca, just to
esprit, à
continue
propos de l'engouement et le changement un petit peu des mentalités.
In changing the mindset, you know, the mentality of people and what you're doing. What are the differences here at this WC with respect to the previous ones you took part in?
La façon dont vous maquillez ou la façon dont vous êtes, tout simplement. Est-ce que justement, c'est pas un argument pour dire que les mentalités
put your makeup on, the way you have been dressed, have you felt anything different these days?
Not at all. No, I like to put makeups on when I'm playing because back home, a lot of people always kind of condemn the female footballers that will look like guys, we look like men because of our body builds and all. So I always want to show that difference and kind of have my hair done in a different way because I know I'm unique. So I always want to do something different, like people to look at me, like always have hope that some of them I see looking like girls. That's it. So it's never changed me for who I am or whoever or my performance at all. I'm still the same person on and off the field. I always wear my makeups on when I'm going out and in the field. So it makes no difference playing on and off the field. It's the same thing.
Thank you. Next question, please. Yeah, microphone.
My name is Chidebere from CBC News Nigeria. Thomas, a lot of Nigerians were impressed by the performance of Chiamaka Nnadozie and Chidimma Okeke on the right. Are you going to be making any changes to the lineup from the previous game? And how do you intend to deal with the expectations, knowing how successful the Falcons have been?
Yeah, I will not tell you so much about the lineup for tomorrow, but I think you have a feeling about that. Yeah, I will not say that we feel that we are under some kind of pressure at all. I think it's a good opportunity more. We have a chance to do something that have not been done for 20 years, so that is just a good feeling. And I hope we can bring that good feeling to the field tomorrow so the girls feel really relaxed but also concentrated. So, and I think if we can have both those parts, the relaxed when we have the ball and the tough play when we defend, I think we have a good opportunity to have a successful game.
Yeah, next question, please.
Oui, et en français pour Thomas, Éric Chorin,
yes, for Thomas.
Vous l'avez dit, on l'a dit, cette Coupe du Monde
est
très médiatisée. Vous avez dit vous-même, Thomas,
World Cup is now being, there's a lot of hype around it, a lot of media are watching you.
Les deux premières journées, on a une seule victoire. Le Cameroun a perdu ses deux premiers matchs, l'Afrique du Sud a perdu ses deux premiers matchs.
There were some victories, then Nigeria lost one of its two matches. What is the outcome for you? How can you take stock of the situation? What do you think? Others have come very close to some results, and how would you judge the situation in general, aside from your team and your results?
That was a long one. I don't know if I remember the beginning. If you look, I think was it more also about the whole tournament a little bit, or just this game, or?
For this tournament. Yeah, it's better to.
The gentleman has to speak in a microphone. It's about the tournament in general, and then your prospect and your prognosis of it.
Yeah, I think it's a really good tournament. I think the women's football is really improving a lot still, and it's good to see, even if we have one a little bit kind of a bad result, I think the teams is getting closer, and it's hard to beat anyone now. So, and I think also it's not just about the result, because sometimes you can defend and don't concede so many goals, but it's also about when you look at the game and you can see the vision that players know what to do, that they were working hard together with their coaches and so on. So I think everything is getting better and better. And also everything around, of course.
Thank you. Yeah, question.
Thomas, you've talked about over and over again the strength of the African girls, especially the Nigerian players. Are we going to be seeing any form of, aggression to their game tomorrow, considering that maybe France might be resting some players ahead of the knockout stages?
We always try to play aggressive defending, but aggressive for me, it's not playing dirty. To have a yellow card or something. Aggressive for me is to use your body, to run fast into press, to go to your position as fast as you can, and so on. That is aggressive for me. Not running around and have free kicks against.
Next question, in the middle.
Une question en français pour compléter ce qui vient d'être la question qui vient d'être posée. Qu'est-ce qui va être le plus important pour vous, pour l'équipe demain? Et cette question s'adresse à Thomas et à Francisca. Qu'est-ce qui va être le plus important pour aller chercher des points? Est-ce que justement ça va être l'impact physique? Est-ce que ça va être votre vitesse pour essayer de marquer des buts en contre-attaque? Ou est-ce que ça va être la défense? Qu'est-ce qui va être le plus important demain pour vous?
Yeah, as we said, aggressive and compact team. And of course, from that, we really hope that we will steal the ball a couple of times. And when we do that, of course, we have to have a plan for which way we want to go, where is the open spaces when France loses ball. And we talk with players about that, so they know very well now which way we will walk or pass the ball or run. So yeah, that's what I can say. Aggressive and compact, but aggressive for me is more to do the right thing, yeah.
Francisca, question was to you as well.
Oh, I didn't hear anything, yeah.
Can we have, again, the microphone?
Oui, parce que c'est la même question. Qu'est-ce qui va être le plus important pour
question, but what is most important to you? You're not hearing? Interpreter is speaking here. I apologize. Hello? Can you hear me now?
Oui, qu'est-ce qui va être le plus important pour vous demain dans votre plan de jeu? Votre entraîneur vient de parler de l'agressivité, d'une équipe compacte.
To have a compact team, like your coach just said, or to steal the ball from the French players. The physical impact against the French, players. What's most important to you?
The most important thing is to win and to play compact, of course, because we don't want to concede any goal and we just want to win. We want to get goals. And I'm not sure they're going to rest any of their players because they want to top the group, because we don't know how the outcome of Norway and South Korea, we don't know how they're going to play it. So I think they're coming out all to play against us. So we'll just try to play compact and we'll use more of our strength as well to get goals, to win. That's the most important thing tomorrow.
Thank you. Yeah, the last question, I would say.
Vous disiez justement que le 8-0, le match
You were
contre
saying
les
that
Françaises était
the
loin,
friendly
qu'il y avait
match you
beaucoup de
played
choses qui
against
s'étaient passées
France
depuis, mais
and you
est-ce que
lost
c'est,
8-0,
est-ce que
well,
vous allez
that's
reparler
over
quand
and
même
done with now.
de ce match dans votre causerie,
Can
ou alors
you,
de quoi
or
allez-vous
do
parler
you ever
pour
talk
motiver
about
vos
that
joueuses?
particular match with your other players? You know, do you ever discuss it amongst yourselves? What happened there?
No, we never talk about that game, but if we do, it's in a positive way to see what we come from when we started and how much we have improved together. So it's like doing a good movie. To do the movie good, you have to lose with 99-0 when you start the movie, and then you win in the end, and that's what's going to happen tomorrow.
Thank you so much. So after the press conference, we have fully opened the formalization. The written press is welcome on the media tribune and TV cameras on the pitch side. And after the formalization, there will be a possibility to talk with other players in the mix zone. Thank you. And good luck for tomorrow.
Thank you very much.